नमस्ते, नवरात्रि की शुभकामनाएं। टुडे इज द 6th डे ऑफ नवरात्रि। आज माँ कात्यायनी का दिन है। तो जानते हैं आज की स्टोरी क्या है माँ कात्यायनी की और उसके पीछे हम क्या सीख सकते हैं। तो देवी कात्यायनी, द 6th फॉर्म ऑफ मदर डिवाइन इज कात्यायनी, worshipped on the 6th day, Shashti. She is also known as warrior goddess and is believed to be one of the most violent forms of Ma Durga. Goddess Katyayani has 3 eyes and 4 hands. She holds a sword in one of her left hands and lotus in the other. Her right hands can be seen in the Varada Mudra bestowing boons and Abhaya Mudra representing removal of fear, benevolence and protection. With the crescent moon adoring her forehead, Goddess Katyayani rides a lion. What does Katyayani represent? The subtle world which is invisible and unmanifest is ruled by this form of the Mother Divine. Katyayani. In this form, she represents everything that cannot be seen or understood. Katyayani represents the deep and most intricate secrets of divinity. Legend why the Devi took the form of Katyayani. Sage Katyayan longed for Devi Durga to be born as his daughter. He prayed and practiced austerous penance for years. It was the time when the demon Mahishasura was creating havoc on earth. In despair, the gods besieged Lord Vishnu to help them. Lord Vishnu called upon Lord Shiva and Lord Brahman to join him. The Holy Trinity combined their powers to create Goddess Katyayani, who was born to sage Katyayan. It is said that in the Kalika Purana that the sage was the first to worship Goddess Durga in the form of Katyayani. Significance of Katyayani. Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji explains, Katyayani is that which is born out of sheer aspect of consciousness. Katyayan is seer, you become the witness. You say, I am not the body, I am not the mind, and you go deeper within. You become the seer of everything. From the seer aspect of consciousness, energy comes up, and that consciousness has an intuitive ability. This aspect is called Katyayani. Everything that happens and unfolds before us, which is called Prapancha, is not limited only to what is visible. That which is invisible and cannot be perceived by the senses is far greater than we can even imagine and comprehend. That energy that sees beyond the senses and knows beyond logic is Katyayani. There are divine and demonic forces in the creation. So also anger can be positive or a negative force. How can anger be a positive or a divine quality? And when it can become a negative or a demonic quality? Question mark. Anger is important and has its place. Good anger is associated with wisdom, while bad anger with emotions and selfishness. Good anger comes from the sense of broad vision. Anger is appropriate when it is directed towards injustice and ignorance. Usually we think anger is justified and directed towards some injustice. But if you go deeper into more subtle levels of existence, you will find that it is not really so. In such cases, anger creates bondage for a person. The anger that arises from righteous reason and it's directed towards negativity and injustice is represented by Devi Kathyayini. Devi Kathyayini also represents that anger that arises in creation to restore and revive the principles of dharma and truth. Devi Kathyayini represents that divine principle and form of the mother which is behind such terrible natural calamities and disasters. Katyayani is the divine force or principle of the unmanifest divinity that arises in the subtle layers of creation against negativity and for the purpose of restoring dharma. It is said that the anger of the wise person only brings about a greater good, whereas even the love of an ignorant or a foolish person can only cause more trouble. That is why Devi Katyayani represents a beneficial and uplifting force. So, आज जो दिन है देवी कात्यायनी का, उससे यही समझ में आता है कि जो भी सृष्टि में इनविजिबल फोर्सेस हैं उसको बैलेंस करने के लिए माँ काम करती है। तो अगर हमको भी अपने जीवन में कुछ ऐसी नकारात्मक चीज़ों को दूर करना है तो देवी की आराधना कर सकते हैं। दिस इज द मोस्ट वायलेंट फॉर्म ऑफ माँ दुर्गा। लेट्स मीट tomorrow for the another story of this Navratri. Namaste.